Hi, I'm Steve. I'm one of the pastors here at Faith-Westwood, and I'm here to make an announcement on behalf of Pastor Craig and the Church Council. As you know, we've been working hard on really discerning what is the future relationship of our two campuses, and what is this going to look like going into the future. And I know when I first came here, my thought was, oh, I want to give this one church vision a fair chance. But the longer I was here, the more I could see that there were some real challenges with that. And so Craig and I began meeting with a few people in an ad hoc conversations, and then with the Staff Parish Relations Committee, and then with the Church Council. We've been meeting for the last 7 or 8 months talking about this. And we've now come to a point where we're ready to make a proposal. And that proposal is that Water's Edge become its own church at the beginning of the year. And so we will continue to be one church through the end of 2011, but then starting in January we'll operate as two sister churches, or perhaps we could say that Faith-Westwood would be the mother church and Water's Edge would be the daughter church.
Good morning, I'm Craig Finnestead. I'm one of your pastors, and I want you to know that I fully support and embrace the Church Council's proposal for the Water's Edge to become a separate United Methodist Church in early 2012. Pastor Steve, the Church Council, and myself have come up with this proposal. The Church Council has unanimously voted upon and approved this proposal. The Staff Parish Relations Committee and the church staff have looked at this proposal as well and have given it their unanimous support too. I want you to know that in the short term, I don't see this as the easy decision to make, but all of us do agree in the long term that we do feel that this is God's vision, and we do believe that it is the best decision. I want to invite you now to listen to Jean Myers, who is the chairperson of our church council, and Paul Dobish, who is the chairperson of our Staff Parish Relations Committee, as they share some of their thoughts on this proposal.
I'm Paul Dobish, and I'm the chairperson this year of the Staff Parish Relations Committee, and been working with the Church Council on the proposal of our two campuses. I've been a member of Faith-Westwood United Methodist Church now for about 7 years, and as the discussions of a second campus started, I was always very passionate about the fact that we were one church and two campuses. And so with this proposal, initially I was not completely on board. I wanted to stay as one church. But as I learned more about kind of the work that we've had to do to keep doing that, as well as kind of looking at what best practices were and how to grow the kingdom of God, I've come around to learning that this is really kind of the best option that we have right now. I think that this proposal is something that I fully support and am behind, and I think this is something that now that I've learned a lot about this process and been very involved with it, that this is really the best way to grow God's kingdom.
Hello, my name is Jean Myers, and I'm the chairperson of the Church Council. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit this morning about the process the Church Council has been through as we've come to a complete unanimous agreement on this proposal that is before you this morning. We've been meeting since January, and actually this idea has been before us for a little bit longer than that. And we have been diligent as well as prayerful as we've discerned ways that God is leading us in the future for our church. And in that time, we have been at the table sometimes with long extended meetings, and all voices have been heard. As you know, the council is equally made up of members from the Water's Edge and from Faith-Westwood. And just to have you know that things that were brought forward in the town hall meetings were all discussed. We did a lot of looking at pros and cons and thinking about the what-ifs of as we have gone forward. And to just report to you that, and speaking for the members of the Church Council, that we are in unanimous agreement that this is the best way for us to go forward to further the kingdom of God, and know that He will be blessing us as we do so.
This is a proposal and not a decision. The decision is actually going to be made by all of you as members of the church. We'll have an all-church meeting called a church conference in the next couple months or so, and every member will have a chance to vote on this, and that's when the decision will be made. We also want you to know that on Wednesday night this week, the 15th at 7 o'clock, we're going to have a meeting at the Faith-Westwood Worship Center, and we hope that you will come. And it'll be a time to learn. You can ask whatever questions you want. Read through the material that we're sending home with you now, and and then come with your questions and whatever comments that you might have. I also would ask you to be praying about this and pray about your decision. Pray for our church as we seek to move forward into the vision that God has for us.